Welcome to A Picky Vegan. So today I want to show you guys some of my favorite plant-based alternatives. I'm out here in my freezer. All right, and I can't do this too long, so because I know this just meat. So they have a chili lime flavor, and this is new, and it's so good, you guys. So they have chili lime. They have a regular chicken flavor, just original, and then they also have sesame ginger. Now, the one that's missing, this is sesame ginger. And these are so good. And I've cooked these before. And see, it's got 57 grams of protein. You can find these at Sprouts. They even have these in Walmart now. Unbelievable. Now, those are the ones that they're new. Now, my daughter likes their Just Egg, which is they have um, it's like a folded egg, and they have something else. Now, let me show you this other one. This is Abbott's. Okay, Abbott's Plant Rich Italian Sausage. Now, this is real good. It's only at Whole Foods, though. Now, Abbott's also has fajita chicken. They have burgers, and you can get those at Sprouts. Then we also have, I'm going to show you, Beyond Breakfast Sausage. And they have links, and they also have patties. You can get those at Walmart. You can also get those at Sprouts or Whole Foods. Then we have Beyond Chicken Tenders. Same thing, Sprouts, maybe Whole Foods, and maybe Walmart. Now, sometimes my grocery store has these, which is King Soopers, and they also have popcorn chicken. Now, Beyond also has plant-based steak. Love that. It is so good. Now, so those are the plant-based meats, but we also like tofu. Yeah, my daughter and I love tofu. So I'm going to show you. This is a new one that we're going to try. And this was from Whole Foods. Their brand is 365. This is a lemon pepper tofu bites. Another one that we get, though, is, and I hope I can show you this. Okay, I can't take it down. But this is tofu that we get at Costco, you guys. They have it in it's a box. And I don't know if you can't even really see that. But Costco see, it says House Foods American. They have tofu, and it's just water, organic soybeans, and calcium sulfate. It's real good. It's 4 packs in this container, and it's 21 servings. But tofu also. Now, what's good about tofu is, listen, I know you can see this upside down. It says 7 grams of protein. So listen, all of these things have protein in them. This says 18 grams of protein. And so when you're concerned about, well, if I go vegan, am I going to get protein? Absolutely. Everything has protein. You just have to read labels. Look at this. That one says 19 grams of protein per serving. And we're talking about the lemon pepper bites. So with like the just meat, look at that. It says 19 grams of protein. Okay? And that's what we're talking about. So we're talking about, I see it says sesame ginger chicken made from plants. And I'm telling you guys, oh my gosh, it's so, so good. When we do the rice, the chicken, we do that vegan chicken, we do it with rice. You could do it with a whole lot of different things, but you have to avail yourself to other alternatives. Like I said, popcorn chicken, see, it says 12 grams of protein. You just have to be ready. So, and then we have, we like this brand, Grain Trust, and this is rice. You guys, I love the rice. So you cook it in the microwave for like 3 minutes. Look at this. It has 4 grams of protein. Steamed jasmine rice. So they have jasmine rice, they have cilantro rice, they have brown rice, they have hibachi rice. It's all really good. And this I found at Sprouts, but also at Natural Grocers. Yep. So originally I was on here talking about the different vegan protein alternatives, and I was talking about the different meats, the ones that I like the most. And so I was out here in my freezer. That's what that is. Because, so my daughter and I are vegan. My husband is keto, and my son eats whatever he wants. So we have the vegan freezer here, the non-vegan freezer right here. And so let me show you something. And you have to just let people live and do what they're going to do. So you see in their freezer, please, they got all of the regular. They got the hot dogs. They got the chicken fried rice. They got the regular, they got shrimp and stuff. Okay? But like I said, for us, and we didn't give up on the foods that we like. So we have our vegan chicken, we've got our popcorn chicken, we've got breakfast sausage, we've got tofu, and even though like with the Abbott's, we have our fajita chicken with that, but we've got ground with that. They have a ground like ground beef. Abbott's, they've got, and so that's the thing. You have to be ready to. Oh, thanks for joining, Pablo. So you have to give yourself an opportunity to try new things. Absolutely. And don't limit yourself saying, I have to give up, I have to give up, fried chicken. I have to give up beef. I have to give up, if I'm going to make spaghetti sauce. You do not. Seriously, because we have made some great meat sauce with the plant-based ground, or we use the vegan sausage. I'm telling you, it's so good. Yeah, thanks for saying that. Feeling awesome. Yeah, smash that like button. That's right. So you have to be ready to say, you know what? I want to do something different. And come on, let's get intentional about what we're eating and what we wanted to do when it comes to our body. Because you only get one body, right? And I'm going to turn this around. I'm still out here in my garage. So we only get one body. And guess who's responsible for it? You're responsible for it. Nobody else is responsible. It is your responsibility to take care of your body because you can go to the doctor and guess what? It's still your responsibility to take care of yourself. Seriously, it really is. And so you get one body. And you know how they always say garbage in, garbage out, that kind of thing? Yeah, it still holds true even with this. But you have to decide what you want to eat. Now let me ask you something. Have you been paying attention to what your body says to you when you eat certain things? Do you have a reaction? Do you break out in hives? Do you get shortness of breath? Does it make you gassy? Does it make you bloated? Different things. Are you paying attention to your body? What is my favorite fruit? Okay, so let me tell you something right now. Right now, okay, listen, I love fruit, period. But I'm going to tell you what has me in a chokehold right now: pomegranate seeds. Pomegranate seeds, I'll say it all day. I am buying whole pomegranates and then I will peel them and I'll put them in a container and I'll just go by and I'll open it up and I'll eat some pomegranate seeds just like nothing. I will put pomegranate seeds on my spaghetti. And I don't mean like spaghetti. What I mean is the noodles. Okay, so like angel hair pasta, I will take angel hair pasta after it's been cooked, put it in a skillet. I may put in some vegan chicken and I'll put in my pomegranate seeds and I'll put that on the stove and it's so good to cook because it like crisp up. So you said I went on a raw vegan diet and lost 30 pounds and I was feeling fabulous. Absolutely. But then I got pulled back into the mix. Okay, so listen, you know what? Let me tell you something feeling awesome. They get you with that, right? Because you know what happens with, and I'm going to walk inside and talk to you guys. So what happens when you go on, whether you are vegan, pescatarian, fruitarian, whatever, and you be doing so good and you feel real good, right? But then life happens. You get busy, right? And so, like you say, you get pulled back into that matrix. Girl, yeah, that happened to me. Because this is our second time going vegan, but this time we've been more committed. The first time, I think it was a little bit difficult because there was not a lot of stuff out there in the grocery stores and this kind of thing. But this time there's so much out there, right? So the first time we only stayed vegan for 18 months, but now we're about to be at 4 years. Okay, so feeling awesome. You should come back though, but start slowly. Even if you don't go raw vegan, but start slowly. And so, yeah, start slowly because to feel so awesome, to be able to eat and not have bloatedness or gassiness, it's so worth it, right? So you guys hit that like button and be sure to share the live. So I am going to start coming to you guys live. I want to start doing like a Q&A here and also, just talk about, you got to be intentional about your health. Yeah, so what is your, okay, so tell me, the person who asked me what was your favorite fruit, you don't know what pomegranate is? Oh my gosh, and I don't have any. I haven't eaten it all. It's red though. It's a big red, it's bigger than an apple. And what happens is usually when you go into the grocery store, they call them pomegranate arrow, ARILS, I believe it is. They're already peeled, but they're like seeds that's in a little cup. When I was growing up, we used to just suck the juice off of the pomegranate seeds and we would spit the seeds out, right? We had no idea how healthy they were. You can eat the seeds. And so now we just peel them and we just eat the seeds, and they are so good for you. You should look it up. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I love, love, love because The thing for me is my daughter and I did not go vegan because of animals. It had nothing to do with that. And there's going to be different reasons people would try different eating lifestyles. See, I call it lifestyle, and it's not a diet because to me, diet is temporary, right? But people will try different lifestyles. And um, we went vegan because she said once she moved out, she would want to go. And I said, well, let's do it together. And the reason we're going to do it together is I want to be able to show you how do you have to go to more than one store to find the food, how to read labels, and how sometimes things say they're vegan, but they're not, or they don't say they're vegan, but they are, or it's plant based, right? But it boils down to nutrition and what you want to do for your body. That's the big thing with that, right? And so, oh, but let me tell you, when if you were a raw vegan girlfriend, honey, okay, look. Now I'm sorry, and I don't know if but I'm just saying it because you said feeling awesome. Because the thing about fruit is so good for you. I know at nighttime, if I'm hungry, what I will do is I'll get a cup of blueberries, and I'll just eat some blueberries, frozen blueberries. Or I will do blackberries. I will do fruit. That is like what I do if I'm hungry and it's late at night, because I don't want to be eating food. But I'll get some, and you can't go wrong. You just can't go wrong. My son has been making yogurt jars, and I'll take a yogurt jar and I'll layer it with like three different fruits. But it'll have the yogurt, it will have granola, it will have flax seeds and chia seeds. I also sometimes I put nutritional yeast in there, and so I just do different layers like that. And then for fruit, I will do grapes, blueberries, pineapples, peaches. I think those four. It just depends on what I have on hand. And so I'll do the yogurt jars, and they're so good. And what I love about if you let them sit for over 24 hours, then the granolas it almost turns into almost like an oatmeal. Oh, it's just heavenly. And so then me and him be fighting for them. We do. We be fighting for the jars. Yeah. Okay. So if you haven't seen a pomegranate, just go to Google and put in pomegranate and look for an image. But they are so good. They are very good for you. But we need to be intentional, and I don't think people need to be waiting until 2026 to start because you really should be listening to your body. And I think we often um, ignore our bodies, or we think, oh, that's just because of that, and we think nothing of it. But our bodies sometimes try to give us warnings, and so I think we should pay attention to how our body responds to food. And so something that I have always done, even when my kids were babies, I would only introduce one new food every 3 days, especially if you're going to try a vegan lifestyle. Reason being is because if you're going to have a reaction, you'll have it, and it doesn't take long, you know, within a certain amount of time. And then you can eat that same food for 3 days and see if you had that same reaction. And then you know not to do it because your body doesn't like it. It's saying, hey, we don't like that. I don't like the way it tastes. And you do. You can get gassy, bloated. It may make you anxious, shortness of breath. You may break out in hives. There's a lot of different ways your body responds to food. And I'll tell you, I had one probably like 2 weeks ago, and I still don't know what it was, you guys. I don't know what I ate, but I became so stuffy, and it was probably like for a week. And I was just constant blowing on the nose, runny nose. That's another example. I didn't have no fever. I didn't have no sore throat, no nothing. So that's how I knew it was something that I ate. And so I went to start trying to flush my body. And that was important. You have to know how to flush your system, whether you detox or whatever, but you got to know how to flush your system. Okay. And so, yeah, so that's going to be really, really important. Okay. Yeah. So I'm talking about being intentional about what you eat in your body, listening to it. How does it make you feel? Let me share this. I do have a food symptom journal that you guys can get and start tracking what it is based on what you eat. How does it make you feel? Does it give you a headache? Oh, that's another one. If you have to eat something and it gives you a headache, I think we need to put it down. Don't you think? Oh, yeah. Now, I remember when I was pregnant, one of the things that my midwife told me was if you get a headache, you haven't had enough water. And so that's one of the first things because that means you're dehydrated. So you need to make sure first that you're drinking your water. I'm talking to myself. I'm not talking to y'all. That's just for me. Okay? So, yeah, but make sure you're getting enough water. But when you're eating food, especially whether it's new, what you have to think about is sometimes recipes change when you buy stuff, and it's like if it's frozen in the bag, the recipes change. And so that's what you have to look at. What is it that's in there that made you feel a certain way? Have you ever taken a food intolerance test? My whole family did. The first time we went vegan, we all did. And we still know, we still have those lists because we want to pay attention to, oh, should I be eating that or should I not eat that? What's the level of intolerance? And we're not talking about allergy because there's a difference between intolerance and allergy. Yes, there is. And you have to pay attention to that. There's a big difference between a food allergy and food intolerance. Yeah, there is. Any other questions or comments right now? So I am drinking coffee. That's mushroom coffee. Let me tell you. So I didn't start drinking coffee. That was earlier this year. Yeah. Um. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, that's probably it. Yeah, whatever. Um. And it's mushroom coffee specifically, and it's supposed to be good for your gut. Now, there's nothing wrong with my gut, but oh, this is so good. And I was like, I like to be preventative. I'm that girl. I'm all about prevention. So yeah, I want to see if let me look in here because I was showing you guys the I was showing you guys some of the vegan alternatives. I was hoping we had some tofu in here, but we don't. That's because my daughter cooked tofu a couple of days ago, and it was so good. Oh, okay, I have a piece that she cooked, and I want to show you guys what it looks like because I will be eating this later. Let me see, what did I do with it? Hang on a second. Yeah, because she cooked tofu, and there's a lot of ways to cook tofu, but that's the key. You got to really take your time and study up on how to cook some of these things. Now we just had it. I don't even know what I did with it. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I'm going to show you the tofu. See that? That's tofu. She seasoned it real well. It has an awesome flavor. And the way this texture is, it reminded me of fish. If you have had fish sticks, this is what it reminded me of. And it is so good. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Yeah. So she did that. Okay. Yeah. So that was one thing. Um, okay, I'm gonna show you this. This is that's the coffee that I get. For Sigmatic Gut Health Organic Coffee. And it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all, you guys. Mm-mm. But see, it also says digestion and immune support right there. Yeah. I get that from Natural Grocers. Now I do believe Sprouts has it, but I get it from because I know exactly where it is in Natural Grocers, so I run right to it. And it'll last me probably a couple of months because I don't do it every day, but I do have when I have it, I have it. Yeah. Okay, so let me show you another protein alternative because I told you about it, but now that I'm inside, I can show it to you. Abbott's fajita chicken, and it is fantastic. It has 11 grams of plant protein. See that right there? Yeah. Abbott's fajita chicken is really good. Abbott's Beyond popcorn chicken. That's another one that's real good. See, Beyond patty sausage. That's breakfast stuff. Yeah, that's really good too. We love that one. Okay, so I'm gonna show you this. This is eggs made from plants. This is just egg. So remember I showed you just meat? This is their folded egg. and it is really good. My daughter loves it. She, okay, she had just gotten into eggs, regular eggs, when we went vegan. And I tell you what, she'll make her an egg sausage, croissant bread, or toast, or we have vegan biscuits, you guys, that we found. Fantastic. But you know how you make, okay, just like a sausage egg McMuffin. She can do that with all the vegan products. So you don't have to give up anything. Like I said, you don't have to give up the things that you like. You just have to get real creative and learn how to recreate them vegan style. Yep, you can recreate it vegan style, and you will not miss out on anything. And it's so good. So yeah, so just egg, and just that brand. Just they have mayo. Now I don't like anything vegan mayo, but I learned how to make my own. Yeah, from Silken Tofu. That's right. Creativity will be at an all time high. Yeah, creativity will be at an all time high. Also, um, when you do, because you can make your own sauces, but you have to learn how to use different things. When your creativity is high, you're going to start losing a lot of spices. You would learn how to use silken tofu, regular tofu. You can, just different sauces with it and different ingredients. You know, fresh sage, fresh parsley, fresh thyme, all kinds of things. And it would be good for you. And it would be good to you. Because what did we make for Thanksgiving? I had saw a recipe for tofu turkey, is what they called it. And so I decided I would make that. And we used rice paper on the turkey so it would have a little bit of a crunch. It was different, but y'all, it was so good. And so then the second day, because we had several cutlets left, I didn't do rice paper on all of them. I did them on the first two, but the last two I didn't. And I cooked them in my griddle. I have an indoor griddle that is, oh my gosh, it's fantastic. Because I wanted to have paninis. I wanted to be able to make paninis also. And so I used the griddle and I put the tofu on it. Oh, and here it is. Let me see if I can show you guys what it looks like on the inside. See, that's my griddle. Mm-hmm. And so you've got the smooth side. You got the ridges here, but then the other side is smooth. And so I use this when I'm cooking. We can do French toast on this. We can do fajitas on this. We can do, it's just a lot of different things, but you have to be willing to be creative, you guys. Hit that like button. So the griddle is one thing that you must have. Well, you don't. Okay, it's a nice addition. You don't must have, but I recommend you have an air fryer. If you have nothing else, you have to have an air fryer. I have the Ninja double basket. Yeah, air frying, because there's so much you can cook in here, and we do a lot of things we cook in here. And so I've done. Let's see, we do our breakfast sausage here, or I cook them in the skillet. We will do the patties in here, or we do them on the grill. But there's a lot of things. I have made in here Brussels sprouts. I have done cauliflower bites in here. So many things. And so you have to have the right equipment. If you don't have an air fryer, then use your regular stove, but cook it on top. And I recommend everyone gets a nonstick skillet. Oh yeah, you want to do that. And that's because you want to make it easy on yourself. Now, I will tell you this, and maybe somebody can contribute to this. When you are vegan and you're using those meat alternatives, there's no grease. There's none. And you may not have leftovers. The first time we figured that stuff out, we were like, oh, hey, we can work with this. Yeah, you won't have any leftovers. You won't. And so it's a good thing. But there's no grease to that because it's plants. And you don't always have to use either olive oil or avocado oil, sunflower oil, all those things. So I want to show you the oil that we use. Now, we started out using olive oil. We did. But then my daughter, she said, Mom, she found us this other oil, you guys, and it is really good. And you might want to, what I would recommend is you guys check it out. Let me show it to you though. Algae cooking oil. See there? It's a clean Nutri-Oil, seed oil free. Look at the smoke point, and it says 13 grams of omega 9. Yeah, algae cooking oil. You guys really need to check that out. Yeah. Okay, feeling awesome? Yeah. No grease, cholesterol found in a vegan lifestyle. Yeah. So I really love this oil though. And so now she's got me hooked on buying this. Now, I have found this in the regular grocery store. Now, I'm going to tell you something. It's about $18. Worth it. So worth it. So the regular grocery store, which we have King Soopers, which is the same thing as Kroger's, because Kroger's is the parent company for King Soopers. Regular grocery store, and it's in Sprouts. I don't know if Natural Grocers has it, and I don't know if Whole Foods. I spend more time at Sprouts because it's right here. It's in my neighborhood, so I go there all the time. But I also going to look it up online to see if they have that. Okay? But that's the cooking oil that we use now. And I will never go back. I won't. Okay. So that is the oil that we use. Now, my husband and son still use olive oil, and my son just bought an avocado oil. You know, it's okay. It's whatever floats your boat. Questions or comments? So be sure to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe. And I'll tell you something. So, okay, Veganuary is coming up. Vegan January. Veganuary. Okay? That's coming up. But you know what? You want to go into 2026 with a plan for how you're going to, either begin your vegan journey, or if you've struggled and you want to go back, you want to have a plan for how you're going to go back into it. Okay? And you guys can, you can reach out to me. I have different types of offerings over on my Linktree. Go over there and you can reach out and I can help you with some things. Okay? Oh, let me show you some. So I made popcorn balls. And this is something I grew up eating. These are vegan. So the first thing is I have a purple popcorn, you guys. It's just popcorn. That's the only ingredient. But I made these with vegan marshmallows and vegan M&Ms, and I used vegan butter. I sure did. So, and I was floored by the popcorn, first of all, because I was like, when I looked at regular popcorn, because before I went vegan, I was eating popcorn all the time. That was like my snack of choice. Seriously. And my son was like, yeah, Mom, I'm with you on that. So there's a difference in the popcorn, and I want to show you. So let's see. Oh, he does have some here. Okay, so we're going to do a little comparison. Right here on the live, I pulled out his popcorn, and I'm going to pull out mine. And I'm going to show you the difference. Okay. So, he has I'm going to flip the screen so you can see. So he has the Blasto butter, which is by Jolly Time, and this was my favorite, okay? Look at all those ingredients. Popcorn, palm oil, salt, natural flavor, butter, sweet cream, salt, annatto seed extract, color, rosemary extract, and ascorbic acid. Contains milk ingredients, right? Okay, now remember, this is Jolly Time's Blasto butter. Now, I'm going to show you the popcorn I'm using now. This is Simple Truth, 100% whole grain, purple popcorn. Ingredients, purple popcorn. That's it. Amazing, right? I put this in a brown paper bag, nothing in it, put it in the microwave for 2 minutes or less. Cooks right up, and it's so good. So that's how I made the popcorn balls. Yep, I made popcorn balls, and these things are so good. I have vegan M&Ms in here. But who would have thought that regular popcorn had all those ingredients? I just wouldn't have believed it, because it only needs to be popcorn, right? But nope, it's not. And so let's see here. I want to see It says 2 grams of protein. I'm talking about popcorn. Look at this one. This has 3 grams of protein. The only ingredient here is purple popcorn. That's all. It's 100% whole grain purple popcorn from Simple Truth. What I'm showing you is this is Jolly Time Blast O Butter popcorn. And look at all those ingredients. Rows and rows and rows. And it contains milk. So this isn't vegan. But this is 100% whole grain purple popcorn. One ingredient, purple popcorn. And I cooked this in the microwave. I put it in a brown paper bag, folded it up. I didn't put nothing in the bag. And so I didn't put no butter on it, because you can put butter on it after it comes out, right? And I have a vegan plant milk butter that I use, and I put that on the popcorn. Let me put this popcorn back up. So I did not have to give up popcorn. How about that? Because usually you think you're going to be giving up food because you're going, to a different eating lifestyle. Nope, you do not have to. So I have popcorn. Okay. Anybody a flavor of ranch dressing? I like ranch on my French fries, pretty much. Hidden Valley, plant-powered, dairy-free. Plant-powered ranch dressing. Yep, see there? It doesn't have any protein, but it's plant-powered, and it's soybean. So you do not have to give up. Like I said, you don't have to give up your favorite things. And now this was in the grocery store, but you can also make your own. And I do believe I've made a ranch dressing. Check out go through the channel. There's different things, because when I made the sauces, it probably is a short, but I made some of my own. I made a yum yum sauce. I know I made a Caesar dressing, and I think I had 2 other ones. But you can make your own, and some of them can be nut free. They can all be dairy free, but it just depends on what ingredients that you use when you're making your sauces. Hit that like button. Don't be shy. Subscribe so you don't miss out on all the great foods that we'll make. And you can also send me a request saying, Taffy, what about this? I make a lasagna soup. Oh my gosh. In the crock pot, it is fantastic. I don't know if you guys saw. If you look at one of the more recent shorts I did, I made the Trader Joe's dumpling bake. Now, I called it no Trader Joe's dumpling bake. And the reason I said no, because I didn't use anything from Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is a close. I'm not a curry girl. So I substituted, but I substituted with all of the vegan items. So I have a no broth chicken broth that I used. I used a spicy orange sauce. We used minced garlic. I used sesame oil. And then we used Nasoya's dumplings. Oh my gosh. And spinach. And this was a 1-pot dish. Just heavenly. You should go over there and take a look at that. Yeah, real good. Yeah, it was really, really good. So that's something that I made recently. I love recreating. Absolutely, why not? So any questions or comments? Thank you, Feeling Awesome, for your participation. Any other questions or comments? So we've been talking about being intentional as you go into 2026 about your health and your eating. Basically, your eating, nutrition, this kind of thing. Because I could talk to you guys about different things we've made for breakfast. I think in the last 2 weeks, I made easily, it was either 3 or 4 different types of applesauce. I made a blueberry applesauce with cinnamon. I made a strawberry applesauce with cinnamon. I made peach applesauce with cinnamon. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So that was a 3. I'm thinking about doing a blackberry applesauce, a pineapple applesauce. My daughter said I should do raspberry. What do you think? And it's only 3 ingredients, you guys. Because I saw somebody the applesauce on here, and they put sugar. I was like, why would you put sugar in applesauce? It's not necessary. The strawberry applesauce was so good. Oh my gosh, my son was like, "Yeah, mom, okay." I said, "Yeah, that was really good." And the peach one, yeah, those two. But see, here's the difference. I was going between Granny Smith apples and regular red apples. And so I noticed when I used Granny Smith apples, it made more of the applesauce versus traditional red. And I think the red apples are just smaller. So I'd have to use more of the red apples in order to get the same amount in a jar. I am big on putting things in jars because it lasts longer, things keep. Okay? So I was doing applesauce in a jar because I do the yogurt jars, and then I like to do grapes, fresh grapes, purple grapes, red grapes. I like to put everything in jars because they will keep. Okay, yeah. So that's why I was doing those things. For all of those who are watching, thank you so much for for watching the live. Please subscribe. Leave me comments and say, ask me about, if there's a certain food that you'd like to see cooked vegan, or ask me if it can be done. Those types of things. Okay. Yeah, but definitely just send me a message. But definitely like the live. All right. So no other questions, comments? Yeah, thanks you guys for watching the live. So I was talking about vegan, and I was showing at the very beginning. I showed different protein alternatives, meat alternatives that I use when it comes to plant-based vegan meats. So I went through my freezer outside, and I was showing you specifically what we have. So when I get on here, I'm telling you about what I know that we use and that I know tastes good. Now I'm gonna tell you if something don't taste good because I do that in the videos too, and I'll tell you I'm not gonna keep it, I'm not gonna eat it, I'm gonna throw it away. Because if I don't like it the first couple of times, I'm out of there. I'm not going to waste my money on it. I'm not. And everybody's taste buds are different. So you may like it, but you may not. So, but give yourself an opportunity to try. How about that? Yeah. Okay. All right. So let me see if there is. I'm looking for questions or comments. Going once, going twice. Thanks again, you guys, for attending. I'm going to get off of here, go over to the TikTok for a minute and talk with them. But I will be back here. But definitely let me know if there's something you want to see made vegan or if there's something you want to find out about. Now, here's one thing. I will tell you this. We haven't found a vegan cheese that we really like. Now, I did make a vegan cheese, but it was more of a sauce. Um, and my daughter said she would eat it if I made macaroni and cheese. We would use it for that. But other than that, I haven't found like a grated, well, okay, I take that back. Follow Your Heart has a grated Parmesan cheese that we really like, but they're the only ones. But not necessarily like a cheese for a sandwich. We never found one of those, or a cheese for nachos. Never found one of those either. So when we do nachos, we just don't put cheese on it. We all do all the vegan meat and stuff like that, but we haven't found a cheese that we would like. Mm-mm. And when we do sandwiches, we just do it without. We just don't put. There's no cheese for that. So, but that's where you do your lettuce and your bell peppers and all those good things. But we haven't found a cheese. It's just hard, and there's so many different textures. That's what it is. It's the texture that, we just haven't found one that we really like because they don't melt easy. Vegan cheese doesn't melt easy. It really don't. And I didn't like, what is it? Uh, Nut- Nutrilicious. We didn't like that at all. I didn't like the smell. I didn't like the taste. No, didn't like that at all. Maybe I should try nutritional yeast, but that's different. That's not like for that. So, but yes, so it can be different. It can be different. Um, and there were cheeses that people recommended, and I still don't like them. I tried Rebel cheese. I didn't like it. Mm-mm. I tried Daya. Now they had one that came out and it was kind of close because it was oat milk, but it still wasn't exactly right for me. So we didn't go with it. All right. But but see, here's the thing. I was willing to try. So we've tried a lot. We have, and it's on the channel. And like I said, I'll tell you if we liked it or not. It's on there. I'm not shy, but I like for you guys to know we at least gave it a shot. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, hopefully I will see you guys here tomorrow. I don't know what time yet. I have to figure out based on my schedule what's going to be the best time. So I'm going to test things out. Morning, afternoon, in the evenings. I'm going to test it out for a while to see. what kind of resonates with people and works for them. But once again, thank you everybody who did come out and attend and join my live. Thank you for liking it. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.